Hello, my wonderful engineers. Today we're going to be starting on computer science. We're going to be working in Scratch to create beautiful projects. Hopefully, we'll be able to make things like music videos, animations, and eventually video games. So, to start off with, we're going to open a new project. Ooh, sorry, I'm a little out of breath. Just was sprinting around doing something. We're going to hit create to create a new project. This project starts with this little cat in it. I personally don't like this cat character, so I'm going to delete him. We can add, all our code is going to be inside of something called sprites or in the background. So sprites are going to be the little images that are in our game, and we can add sprites by clicking choose a sprite. We can create sprites in a few ways. We can click surprise, will give us a random sprite. So we can have a few surprise sprites lying around. And then we can click and drag to put them wherever we want. I want to go through things very step by step, very straightforward. So today, all I want you guys to do is just add sprites to we'll call it your game. Just add sprites to your scene. We're gonna call it a scene. So maybe I can take this hat. I can go into the hat size, and I can set the hat size to maybe 50 to put the hat on the girl. Maybe I want some more sprites. Maybe I can click some more surprise sprites. Maybe I can take this rainbow, maybe I could set it to a bigger size. It's in front of everything. Maybe I will move it over. How do I? What I don't honestly remember is how to move one thing on top of the others. How do I move something forward or backwards in a scene? I know. I have to go into the code. Okay, I'm honestly probably going to restart this, but go to front layer. So go backwards one layer when the sprite is clicked. So I'm just going to click on it to move it backwards a few layers. And maybe I'll copy that into the other. So this would be the code. Maybe I'll leave this in here for you guys to see. But what I did here is I added code to the rainbow. So this is inside of the rainbow. So I click on the rainbow down here. And this is the code that's inside of the rainbow. So when this sprite is clicked, go backward one layers. That's just because I wanted the rainbow behind everything. So now when I click on it, it moves back. Very simple piece of code. You don't have to do code today. I just want to focus on adding sprites. So maybe we can draw our own sprite by clicking paint. There's a nice little painting tool. We could draw in raster. We could draw in bitmapped images. And that's displayed by these pixelated low quality tools. Or we could do what I prefer, which is vector. I think throughout the year, you should only use vector in Scratch. I think it's much, much, much better for everything we do in Scratch. I think there's very little reason to use any raster images throughout all of Scratch. The tools are pretty simple. We could draw all sorts of things. Maybe I want to make this dinosaur breathing fire, and the fire can be its own little sprite. I'll make the color red. And maybe I'll make a orange fill. Maybe I'll make an orange shape inside of it. Actually, let me undo that. And maybe I'll take the bucket and fill this whole thing in with a yellow. And then maybe I'll fill in the whole outside with a orangish red. And maybe this will be my fire sprite. So I can click on that. It's already in the scene. Maybe it's a little too big. I could use this size to shrink it down a little. Maybe I'll put it in my dinosaur's mouth. And the rainbow clashes with it a little, so I'm going to move the rainbow back. And now the rainbow's on top of everything. But I remember I put that code in that rainbow to move it back a layer whenever I click on it. So I'll just click on the rainbow to move it back a few layers. I think this is a pretty nice scene. Maybe I'll put one more thing. Maybe I'll just make... Oh yeah, wait. We could also choose a sprite. We could search for them with this magnifying glass and use this whole library of sprites that they give us. So maybe I'll take this sprite of the earth. Maybe I'll make its size really big. Maybe I will make this my background. And I'm going to actually I'm going to duplicate the code from the rainbow, and I'm going to put it into the earth. So now the earth also should have a copy of that code somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. But it doesn't. Duplicate. Interesting. There it goes. When the sprite is clicked, move back one. So I can move this earth to the back, and maybe that'll be like my background. And that'll be my little picture. And I don't need you guys playing with the layers. I don't need you guys adding code. Oh, there's one more way to add sprites. We could actually upload sprites from our computer. So if you have SVG files, that might work here. If you have, this is a raster image. So now I have a sprite of my raster image. And yeah, so you could add whatever kind of sprites you want. You can upload them. You can give yourself a random one from their library. You can paint your own, or you could choose one. What I want you guys to do is just kind of add in sprites, kind of like stickers, and just make a little decorated thing for me. It doesn't have to be, I wouldn't call mine detailed, but it doesn't have to be like as done up as this one. And actually, let me open up this sprite and let me see. So yeah, so this is a vector image. So another thing you could do is you could actually go into these sprites and change them around. So this is a raster image of a dinosaur. I don't want to mess with a raster image. It's too annoying. This is a vector image. So I could do, maybe I want my girl to be sad. I can grab her mouth and I should be able to rotate it, right? I'm using the fill tool. So I filled in her mouth with the red color. Whoops. Let me paint her mouth black. Let me grab the arrow. Let me grab the mouth. Aha, perfect. And now her mouth is upside down, just like I wanted, I think. But yeah, so you can play around with the sprites. You can mess around with parts of them. And you could draw me a little scene with all kinds of sprites. You don't have to use all this. Again, today I just want to focus on adding sprites to your scene. And I'm showing off a few extra little details as well. I'm going to make a shorter version of this video as well, I think. But I think this is fine. Hopefully anyone who watches this could kind of get a lot out of that. It goes through a lot of interesting little things. And hopefully you guys can make cute little pictures for me today. I hope you guys are having fun with the class, and I will see you all soon. Bye.